Hello, welcome back to Blues Focus. I'm going to be looking ahead to the game against Barnsley on Saturday. Barnsley are a team who finished in the playoffs last season. They had a really good finish to the season, especially. But they have lost a few players this season, as well as their manager, which obviously benefits us going into the game. They've got off to a decent start. They got 5 points from their first four games. Their only loss this season is actually to Luton. Um, I'm not insinuating that we're going to beat them 5-0, but um, it's a fun little stat. So 5 points from the four games. It feels like they haven't really got started yet. They're a bit light in personnel. They've got a few injuries, and they signed a couple of strikers at the start of the season who they haven't got visas for yet, which is obviously a problem for them. Scoring goals especially. That said, Dominic Freezer has stepped up for them. He was there last season. I don't think he was. I don't think he was a first team regular, but obviously after the injuries and some players they've lost, he's come into the side and he's gotten 2 goals in the 4 games. So I think they're quite excited about him going forward. Obviously alongside Corley Woodrow, who we all know really well. He's been in the league for a few years now, and obviously he can bag goals as well. I think they haven't got many key players. It sounds a bit disrespectful, but you look through their team sheet and not many names stand out. They've signed a few players from lower league this season, and I don't think they've got much depth in their squad. They're also a really young squad. I know they've got the youngest average age in the league, or one of the youngest anyway, which could be a problem for them, especially game management. Like last week, they were 2-0 up against QPR. 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline, really, because you don't know whether to start defending or try and get more goals. And if you haven't got the experience in the side, like Luton haven't, if you go a bit defensive too early on in the game, it can cost you, and it obviously did against QPR. So that could play in our favour. Obviously, we've got bags of experience in every position, and we've got depth as well. Even if we go 1-0 down in the game, I'm not going to say I'll be confident that we can win the game, but we've got impact from the bench. We've got experience that they haven't got. So if we go 1-0 down in the game, I won't be panicking. The bookies have them as favourites, which does surprise me a little bit. Obviously, we won 5-0 against Luton. We're not going to win 5-0 every week. So, you can't just... I understand there's more to it than just, the previous result. But we are better away from home. We seem to be lately anyway. So obviously we haven't got many fans at home, which is playing a part, you'd think. But we are better away from home, so the bookies having Barnsley as favourites does surprise me slightly. As for Blues, I think it's probably going to be a very similar team to the team that beat Luton. I think he's going to make one change, and he's probably going to bring Gary Gardner in for Sunich. Not because he's going to drop Sunich because he had a poor game, because obviously he was phenomenal against Luton. He was up there with Chong, really. I know Chong got all the plaudits, and rightly so, because he was phenomenal. But Sunich, in that role that he played, was absolutely unbelievable. And it surprised me that he started Sunich in the week in the cup game against Fulham. I thought he would have rested him, but that indicates to me that maybe Gardner's going to start this week instead of Sunich. And other than that, I think it will be unchanged. You can't really change a winning team when you've won 5-0, especially. That said, I think going forward, I think at some point, maybe after the international break now, we might see Chukwuemeka starting more games. He's obviously got off the mark with that goal against Luton. It was a bit of a fumble over the line, but they all count. So he's off the mark now. Obviously, Scott Hogan got 2 goals. And he's a big man as well, so he can almost directly replace Djukovic. He's a bit more mobile than Djukovic as well. So I think going forward, we could see a bit of a rotation with Chuks, Anike and Djukovic, which obviously takes pressure off Djukovic as well, gives him a bit of a rest. Djukovic is one of those players who, after half an hour, it looks like he's knackered, but he's always got a second wind. But it takes a bit of pressure off him as well if Chuks, Anike can come in. And if you're leading a game, 20 or 30 minutes before the end of the game, Djukovic is perfect to bring on from the bench to win headers in both halves, really, get the ball down, lay it off, and you just win those defensive headers, more importantly, if you are leading the game. Barnsley, they're going to want to get the ball down, play football. They probably will create chances. They play really nice football in spells. It's just converting those chances that could be a problem because they are obviously short up front. It's just, like I say, Dominic Freezer, who is probably my player to watch. Like I say, he's got 2 in 4 games. He could be a threat. But I think we are going to create chances. So if we can take our chances, we probably should win the game. If we play aggressive, get in their faces, they could go into the shell. Average age of 21 or 22. It could be we could bully them, really. We're probably not going to outplay them. But I think we have more quality throughout the team. And the impact from the bench that they lack. I'm going to leave it there for this week. Hopefully, I'll be doing a derby preview for you after the international break, and it's a Friday night game back at St Andrews. I'm hoping by then we'll have a stadium announcement so we can actually get fans in the ground and I can sit in my season ticket seat. So I hope you enjoy the game. This has been Blues Focus. If you enjoyed the podcast, like and subscribe. Keep right on.